Exactly. Signs like this one asking for any information on Nicole Baldwin's disappearance are hung up all around outside her neighborhood. And I talked with several of her neighbors today. A lot of them told me they know her husband and they have never suspected him of a crime, even since she disappeared. So when they saw his mugshot, they were confused. When they heard what it was for, they were horrified.
Imagine a woman vanishing into thin air, leaving behind her personal belongings, and a husband who soon becomes the prime suspect. But the twist? He's not arrested for her disappearance, but for an entirely different, equally heinous crime.
Details right now. The search for a missing mother from Mount Dora lands her husband in jail, but that has nothing to do with her disappearance. Fox 35's Marie Edinger is live in Mount Dora with that story today. So, Marie, investigators say that while looking for the wife, they found child pornography on his phone.
The uneasiness in this neighborhood is getting more and more pronounced. Most people I spoke with didn't feel comfortable going on camera or sharing their identities.
They had the neighborhood get-together last night down the street, and that's what everybody's talking about every day.
In the heart of Mount Dora, Florida, a mystery was unfolding. Nicole Baldwin, wife and mother, disappeared without a trace in early November. Her personal belongings, an Apple Watch, purse, cards, and even her car, were all found at their former family home. Yet Nicole was nowhere to be seen.
Things started with Nicole Baldwin's disappearance almost a month and a half ago. As part of that investigation, the Department of Homeland Security says it seized her husband, Brett Baldwin's phone. But they say they found evidence of a different crime altogether.
Beyond horrible.
A sense of dread hung in the air as days turned into weeks. The prime suspect, her husband Brett Baldwin, a 43-year-old man from Wildwood, but not for the reasons you might think.
Brett Baldwin's arrest affidavit describes in disturbing detail a number of photos and videos of child pornography involving girls as young as 2. Multiple neighbors told me today their kids would play at the Baldwin's house.
They seem really nice. Like, like a parent, like a regular, parent in the neighborhood.
As the local police delved deeper into the missing person investigation, a shocking revelation surfaced. Amid the search for Nicole, Brett was arrested one Thursday afternoon, not on charges related to his wife's disappearance, but on an entirely separate, equally chilling accusation.
Friday, the house the Baldwins lived in had been stripped bare, the rental's door left wide open for several hours. Baldwin's arrest affidavit says he'd brought his 11-year-old daughter and 13-year-old son to his mother's house in Wildwood, but had been planning a move to North Carolina.
It's pretty spooky.
Possession of child pornography. The irony was as disturbing as it was unexpected. A man, initially suspected for a possible role in his wife's disappearance, was now facing federal charges for a crime that sent a collective shiver down the spine of the community. The evidence was damning. Detectives, while searching Brett's iPhone for any leads on Nicole's whereabouts, stumbled upon a gruesome discovery.
Mount Dora's interim police chief, Michael Gibson, told Fox 35 today they are continuing the search for Nicole, but added at this juncture in the investigation, we're not going to comment on the status of the investigation.
It's a shame because she's still missing and all these people are looking for her and the police and the news, and nothing.
They found not one, not two, but 31 images and videos depicting child sex abuse. This shocking find catapulted the investigation into a whole new level of malevolence. The case was promptly handed over to the Department of Homeland Security, marking a grim turn in the search for Nicole. In the midst of the turmoil, Brett and his 2 daughters had recently moved to his mother's home. The arrest took place there to the shock of his family.
The U.S. Attorney's Office told me today Brett Baldwin was supposed to have his first appearance yesterday and then be in a court again today, but he waived his appearance. So instead, he's going to be staying in federal custody at the Marion County Jail. Live in Lake County, Marie Edinger, Fox 35 News.
His daughter Alicia was left grappling with the consequences, stating, "House got barged in, flashbanged this morning. A lot of stress and stuff on my grandma." As the search for Nicole continued, a darker side of Brett Baldwin began to emerge, a side that would take the investigation down an even more sinister path. While the community rallied together to find the missing Nicole, the police were uncovering a horrifying secret life led by her husband. Brett Baldwin, once a person of interest in his wife's disappearance, was arrested on charges of possessing child pornography. As the community of Wildwood, Florida, grappled with Nicole's mysterious absence, the 43-year-old husband was transferred into the custody of the Department of Homeland Security, leaving the town in a state of shock and disbelief. But there was more. Brett's arrest wasn't carried out in a distant, unknown location. It happened right at his mother's house, where he and his two daughters had recently moved. The echoes of the incident still lingered in the air, as the house was flashbanged and barged into, turning their lives upside down. Alicia Baldwin, his daughter, was caught in the crossfire of this turmoil. She stood by her father, maintaining that his arrest had nothing to do with her mother's disappearance. Yet the question remains, where is Nicole? In the midst of the chaos, the search for Nicole continued, undeterred. The Mount Dora Police Department, committed to finding her, announced a $5,000 reward for any information regarding her disappearance. Her personal belongings, including her Apple Watch, purse, cards, and car, were all found at the family's former home, adding to the mystery of her sudden disappearance. Nicole was last seen by her daughter Alicia at their former home in Mount Dora 3 days before she was reported missing. The community, while shocked at the revelations about Brett, hadn't given up. They were united, determined to bring Nicole back home. As the investigation continues, a cloud of uncertainty hangs over the Baldwin family. Nicole remains missing, her husband is under arrest for unspeakable crimes, and their daughters are left in the wake of a family torn apart by secrets and suspicions. As for the community, they continue their search, united in their hope to bring Nicole home. In the midst of this grim saga, a plea echoes through the community. The Mount Dora Police Department implores everyone to band together to bring Nicole Baldwin home safely. This case underscores the vital role we all play in supporting such investigations, in raising our voices against the horrors hiding in plain sight. The story of Brett and Nicole Baldwin serves as a chilling reminder that beneath the surface of everyday life, dark secrets can lurk. As the search for Nicole continues, we are reminded of the importance of vigilance, community support, and the courage to speak out against abuse.